Smile, maintain eye contact, don't fidget. For many autistic people, this is the exhausting script running in the background every day. It's called autistic masking, a survival strategy to fit into a world that doesn't always accept difference. Masking means suppressing natural autistic traits and imitating non-autistic social behaviors, not to deceive but to seek safety and acceptance. Imagine having to calculate every social move. How long to look, when to speak, how to sound, every single time. The energy it takes is immense, like running a marathon while solving puzzles. The pressure to conform often starts in childhood, reinforced by advice to act normal. The mask becomes a shield, protecting from judgment and bullying, but it's heavy and draining. While it can help with inclusion and opportunities, the long-term cost is mental and emotional exhaustion. Understanding masking is the first step to building a world where it's no longer necessary. We must look beyond the surface and recognize the effort behind the mask. Only then can we create spaces where autistic people can be themselves, without fear or apology. For parents, teachers, and friends, understanding autistic masking is crucial. Masking is when an autistic person performs neurotypical behaviors to hide their traits, like wearing a social costume. It's not about being fake, it's a coping mechanism to avoid misunderstanding and penalties. Masking might mean forcing eye contact, suppressing stimming, or memorizing social scripts. Some study body language and vocal tones, learning to fit in by observation. This is often a response to pressure. Children told to sit still, adults expected to network despite sensory overload. Masking helps with fitting in, but it prevents true belonging. When someone seems to cope well socially, consider the energy it takes. What looks like competence may be a draining performance. True support means shifting from encouraging conformity to fostering genuine acceptance. Let's create spaces where the mask isn't required and authenticity is valued. Maintaining a mask day after day takes a severe toll on mental health. Research links high levels of masking to anxiety, depression, and stress. The constant self-monitoring can lead to autistic burnout, profound exhaustion that impacts daily life for months or years. Masking can also cause a loss of identity, leaving people unsure who they are beneath the performance. Studies show higher rates of suicidal thoughts among those who mask heavily. The mask may protect, but it can also suffocate, making safe, accepting environments a public health necessity. Workplaces must accommodate neurological differences, not force people to hide them.
Meet Chloe, an autistic graphic designer who mastered the art of masking. Her day started with a checklist. Smile, make small talk, maintain eye contact, keep hands still. The open-plan office was a sensory minefield, and her mask was her only armor. Chloe's social performance took more energy than her actual work. She'd force eye contact, use a practiced voice, and suppress her real interests. Lunch was hardest, faking interest in noisy, overlapping conversations. By the time she got home, she was utterly depleted, needing hours alone to recover. Her colleagues saw her as quiet and capable, never guessing the effort it took. The double life led to anxiety and burnout, forcing her to take leave. With a therapist's help, Chloe began unmasking, realizing her work persona wasn't her true self. She started to reclaim her identity, bit by bit. Her story shows the hidden cost of conformity.
Ultimately, the pressure comes from a society that values neurotypical norms above all. Masking isn't a deficit in autistic people. It's a response to a lack of acceptance. True inclusion means embracing neurodiversity, not demanding conformity.
The world often misinterprets autistic behaviors, making masking feel necessary.
Sometimes it's about safety, masking to avoid bullying or dangerous misunderstandings.
To avoid rejection, autistic people copy behaviors that get positive responses. Masking can also be a way to gain social rewards, friendship, inclusion, success.
Autistic masking is rooted in the need for safety and social survival. Many mask to avoid stigma and negative judgment, learning early that their natural behaviors are seen as wrong. Recognizing these gender differences is vital for better diagnosis and support. Autistic girls and women deserve to thrive as their authentic selves, not as masters of disguise.
This comes at a huge cost: anxiety, exhaustion, and invisible pain. Many women are diagnosed only in adulthood after years of self-blame and burnout.
Girls are socialized to fit in, making them expert maskers, studying others to learn the rules. Their masking is subtle, sometimes adopting bubbly personas or socially acceptable interests.
Gender shapes the experience of masking, with girls and women often overlooked or misdiagnosed. True support is about valuing difference, not erasing it. Let's build a culture where everyone is free to be real.
Every act of acceptance makes it safer for autistic people to be themselves.
These steps dismantle shame and affirm that authenticity is valued. When we shift from conformity to celebration, the mask becomes unnecessary.
First, create low-sensory safe spaces, quiet rooms, headphones, or predictable routines. Second, validate autistic behaviors. Accept stimming and direct communication as healthy and normal. Third, allow and schedule rest. Build downtime into routines to prevent burnout. For kids, this might mean quiet time after school. For adults, flexible work hours. Finally, celebrate individuality and special interests. Encourage passions, don't redirect them. Let autistic people share their expertise without fear of judgment.
Supporting unmasking means changing environments, not forcing vulnerability. Every person deserves the dignity of being their real, authentic self.
Let's commit to dismantling pressures to hide and build a world where everyone can be themselves.
This isn't a fantasy, it's possible with education, empathy, and centering autistic voices. Fostering safe unmasking enriches everyone, bringing new perspectives and honesty.
Imagine a world where autistic joy and needs are respected, not suppressed.
Change starts in classrooms, workplaces, and families. Small adjustments make a big difference.
The goal isn't to fix autistic people, but to fix the barriers in society.
The conversation about masking is really about human rights, the right to exist authentically.